This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here that. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video here on the YouTube channel. Thank you very much for taking the time to join me. As usual, it is very much appreciated. All right, another week here of plodding on, really, trying to get as many Classic Watch 25 possibles on the YouTube channel ahead of the race, of the trials, and the classics upcoming in 2025. Today's possible we're going to take a look at is one from Japan. But before that, where can people find these horses? Well, they can be found on the website classicwatch25.great/site.net. You'll see there that there's some Australian horses already on the website. That is because Australians start their 3-year-old campaign in August the 1st, 2024 and finish on the 31st of July, 2025. So the Australian season well underway, halfway through their 3-year-old campaign at the moment. The horse we're going to take a look at in question today is a horse I think that warrants plenty of respect out in Japan ahead of the trials at this stage. And that horse is Croix Du Nord. Northern Cross, that translates to, if anybody is interested. Croix Du Nord, sired by Kitasan Black. Out of a dam people might remember in the UK, more of her in a moment. Rising Cross, owned by the Sunday Racing Company Limited, trained by Takashi Saito and bred by Northern Farm, owned by the Sunday Racing Company Limited. One share is syndicated for one share is 1.25 million yen, and 40 shares were given. The horse was never sold at public auction, and so far the horse has earned 116 million yen, just over. The horse has got some decent form if people look at the form. The horse was a 6-1 shot, 6.1 shot, when the horse won on debut on the 9th of June 2024 at Tokyo. It then waited until the 16th of November till the series racing started and went off a 2.2 shot when winning the Grade 2 Tokyo Sports High Nisei Stakes in November. Then closing out 2024 with a win as an odds-on shot in the Group 1 Hopeful Stakes at Nakayama. The horse has been racing over 1 mile, 1 furlong and 1 mile, 2 furlongs. So you'll see there, Croix Du Nord to bypass the trials and head straight to the Satsuki Show, the Japanese 2,000 guineas. So this is a horse we're not really going to see in the trials. So we might as well have a look at the horse now. People want to know where it stands regarding the Racing Post ratings. I know they're up here. Some people like to compare. The horse was given a rating of 99 when the horse beat Satono Shining by 3.25 lengths to take out the Grade 2 in November. And then on the 28th of December 2024, the horse ran, beating Giovanni by 2 lengths in the Hopeful Stakes, running to a Racing Post rating of 110. People, what we're going to do, the usual fashion, we're going to take a look at the pedigree of the horse, go through the first 5 dams, pick up any well-related horses along the way that we find, and then do the usual thing, look at the horse win. We can watch the horse win all 3 of its 3 starts, seeing as though it's unbeaten. People will see that thoroughbred database is up to date. Croix Du Nord, 3 starts, 3 wins, and earnings of 116,789,000 yen. The horse in question, Croix Du Nord, is dam line 20C. So that is what we're interested in. Before we look at the dam, we have to look at this horse here, I think, Earthrise. A mare foaled in 2012, sired by Manhattan Cafe. I remember that one. Out of a dam called Rising Cross as well. Earthrise, according to this site, we're not even going to mention it because it is wrong. The horse has got this site, the Thoroughbred online pedigree online thoroughbred database. Has got the horse racing 6 times and finishing in the first 2 in 2 of the 6 times. In fact, people need to look really at a Japanese site to look at a Japanese horse. There is more than one. Netkaiba is the one I've chosen for this purpose. Chosen, seeing that Earthwise has actually won 3 times out of 16 starts. And has finished placed in 3 pattern races. The horse was placed in the Group 3 Mermaid Stakes of 2017. The horse was also placed in the Group 3 Aichi High of 2016. And the horse was also placed second in the Group 3 Flower Cup of 2015, 8th in the Japanese 1,000 Guineas, 4th in the Japanese Oaks. They're the 6 runs where it was probably about it, forgotten by after then. After the Thoroughbred online pedigree career site, had another 2 seasons in training after that, Earthwise, and managed to win 104,420,000 yen in her career, placed in 3 Group 3 races. You'll see she's actually a half sister to the horse in question, Croix Du Nord. The Dam of Croix du Nord Rising Cross, like I said, could be remembered by people in England. A mare foaled in 2003, sired by Cape Cross, out of a dam called Wood Rising. Rising Cross raced 32 times in her career, finishing in the first 3 in 10 of 32 starts, earnings of $501,841 American dollars. The horse won 5 times out in her career. At 2, the horse was second in the Group 3 Prestige Stakes. And at 3, the horse gained 2 pattern race victories, dead heating in the listed Lupe Stakes at Goodwood and winning the Group 2 Park Hill Stakes at Doncaster, I think that race is. The horse was also placed in 2 classics, placed in 2 Oaks. It's placed in the UK Oaks, where it was second, and the Irish Oaks, when she was third, of 2006. And at 5, the horse was third in the Group 3 Bewitched Stakes at Keeneland, over 1.5 miles. Only 14.3 hands high, the horse was sent to Japan to foal in 2009. The second dam of the horse, Wood Rising, second dam of Croix du Nord, was foaled in 1992, sired by Nomination, out of a dam called Bodham. People see here that Wood Rising had a varied career. She raced over jumps and on the flat, finishing in the first 3 in 15 of her 26 starts, managing to win 6 starts overall, career earnings of 22,058 American pounds. You'll see no pattern race form at all for Wood Rising at all there, bred by Kirklington Stud Limited. The third dam of the horse, Bodham, was a mare foaled in 1978, sired by Bustino, out of a dam called Clay. People see that Bodham raced 6 times, finishing in the first 2 in 3 of her 6 starts, winning twice and earning 7,431 American dollars. Again, bred by Kirklington Stud Limited, no black type at all for Bodham at all on track. The fourth dam of the horse, Croix du Nord, was actually foaled after me. I was foaled in 1974. Clay, the fourth dam, was foaled in 1971, sired by Exubri, out of a dam foaled in 1961 called Windmill Girl. People see that Clay had 58 starts in her career and was in the first 3 in 23 of those 58 starts, winning 9 times, being placed 9 times, and finishing third 5 times. And you'll see there that Clay raced in England and the USA and was bred by Park Farm Stud. I mean, those of you who are shrewd enough to have watched a few of my videos in the past will be going, hang on a minute, Newman, where's all the horses? We're at 1971, 55 years ago, and you've only shown us 1 horse that's related to this horse, Croix du Nord. Well, people, sometimes the pedigree of horses, they are what they are. But the temporary form of this horse, Croix Du Nord, entitles it to maximum respect. Group 2 and Group 1 2-year-old winner in Japan. People just need to have to go back a little bit further. People just need to be patient and look at history to maybe get a better grasp on this horse, that's all. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to show you Blakeney. Blakeney, a horse foaled the year England won the World Cup in 1966, sired by a horse called Heatherset, out of a dam called Windmill Girl. And if people look at Croix Du Nord, then who is the fifth dam of Croix Du Nord? I'm sure you'll guess it by now. A horse foaled nearly 60 years ago. This is a proper old school pedigree. You know, there's a horse over 65 years ago is the fifth dam of this horse, Windmill Girl. And she is also the dam of Blakeney. Blakeney, a horse that ran 12 times in the first 2 in 6 of his 12 starts, winning 3 times, earnings of 83,655 American pounds. Blakeney was actually a Derby winner. Won the Epsom Derby of 1969. The horse also won the Ormond Stakes at Newmarket, and he also won the Houghton Stakes as well. Second in the Lingfield Derby Trial, also second in the Ascot Gold Cup, and second in the King George. Fourth in the Irish Derby and at the Coa. Retired to stud in 1971. He was the champion British sire of 2-year-olds in 1977, before sadly dying in 1992 in England. Unfortunately, you know, I look at Arian sometimes and we try and find out how well these historic stallions have done. Blakeney was just always a generation soon. He was always the 4th dam, and Arian also only shows the foals, etc., and stakes winners of the 2nd and 3rd. So I couldn't really catch Blakeney. I did search for Windmill Girl though through the site. Is unable really to tell me Arian was how many stakes winners Blakeney sired overall, but he was the champion British sire of 2-year-olds in 1977. Let's take a look at Morstan, a horse foaled in 1970, sired by Ragusa, out of Windmill Girl. Again, Morstan, an incredible horse really. 2 starts and 2 wins for career earnings of $120,670. You'll see Morstan won the Derby on his 2nd start. The second start of his career, Morstan won the Derby of 1973, and he never raced again. 2 starts, 2 wins. Again, I looked through Arian, it says here, died in 1993, sadly. No record, according to whoever updated this, of the horse siring any horses anywhere at all, or anything such as that. Couldn't find any records of him doing the same sort of thing on Arian either. So Morstan, yeah, another Derby winner, classic winner out of the 5th dam of our horse, Croix Du Nord. Another one we need to take a look on this line is Alderney. A horse foaled in 1968, sired by Ulside, out of Windmill Girl again. So the 5th dam of some horses can take you back, say, 25 years, but this one is doing 60. But they're just as relevant regarding the bloodlines, less the amount of blood has gone through the horse, the amount of generations has gone through. Alderney only won 1 of his 7 starts and earned $4,939 in his career. It says there that Alderney won the March Stakes, which is a race at Goodwood. It's a listed race now. I have no idea what grade the race is there. Sort of the Ascent Ledger Trials, sort of. I think it's called the Dunlop Stakes now or something. That's the race, I think. It says a sire in Australia. But again, after running Windmill Girl through the dam of the horse, through Arian, I couldn't really find how many pattern races the horse had sired at all. Alderney, unfortunately. Another horse we need to take a look at is Centane. A bit more up to date, this one. Centane, a mare, foaled in 1992, sired by Royal Academy, out of a dam called High Lass. Centane had a decent career, winning 3 of her 7 starts, in the first 3 in 4 of 7 starts, earnings of €156,967. You'll see there that Windmill Girl is the 4th dam of Centane. Centane won the German Oaks of 1995 when the race was a Group 2. She also won the Fujar Student Prize, a listed race over a mile, and was third in the Group 2 German 1,000 Guineas of 1995. Classic place, classic winner. Died on May the 21st, 2011, 2 days after giving birth to a filly by Scirocco. She did manage to breed this one, Cliff Rose, a mare, foaled in 2002, sired by Monson out of Centane. People will see there that this horse here, Cliff Rose, was only out the first two in 6 of 14 starts, in the first two in 8 of 14 starts, managing to win 3 races and earning $67,771 US. Cliff Rose again won a listed race in Germany, the listed Saxon Prize, and was second in the Group 3 Farhofer Student Prize, as well as another listed race, sold privately and sent to the USA, and again, sadly died while in foal to Fusaki Pegasus with her first foal in 2009. So yeah, very nice horse. Centane bred a nice horse as well, but again, the shrewder people will notice it, will be saying, Newman, is that it? What are you doing to us, giving us this horse? There's no relatives to it. I mean, what makes you think this horse is going to be any good, apart from a little bit of temporary form? You need to be bringing this into the current day. I mean, you've given us one German Oaks winner since 1970. What are you effing doing? You know, have you lost the plot, man? That's what they're all saying. We need to sort of bring this horse, Croix Du Nord, into the modern day if we can. And if people look at the thoroughbred, well, Lineage of Thoroughbred is the place, is the website or the book people need to do that. Written by Japanese vet Shigeru Hotta. Japanese vet studying the pedigree and breeding of thoroughbred in light of science, especially genetics. The third edition of the book, totaling 630 pages, contains a 47-page scientific review. Importance of dam lineage, risk of inbreeding, need for scientific education, and the potential of the unknown gene. The potential of the unknown gene. The unknown gene is that unknown. I have no idea what they're talking about. Yeah, that's how unknown this gene is. And also 515 tree diagrams of dam lineage, covering all the winners of Group 1 races, held until the end of 2020, which were foaled this century. 515 of them. There's going to be a lot more in the next book, obviously, because there's a year further down the line. The third edition brought out in March 2021. The fourth edition will be issued around June 2025. Dr. Shigeru Hotta DVM is available on Twitter at Hotta_Shigeru, or there is an email link there so people are able to contact Shigeru Hotta and open dialogue with the man. You know, a very pleasant man he is. I've spoken to him a few times on Twitter. There you see, look, he's still to this day entering up to the modern day. This website here, hotpedigree.com, contains winners from the January the 1st, 2022, right up to last weekend, February the 15th, 2025, with the winner of the Lightning Stakes out in Australia, Skybird, and Grezzo, who I think won a race in Chile. I'm not 100% sure where that race was, but I did notice it was taking place. But yeah, so you see there that the guy is still so dedicated to what he's doing. Buy his book when it comes out in June 2025. In the meantime, check out hotpedigreequery.com. It's just a matter of knowing what day your horse won. That does help. And then they're searched in reverse order from the most recent at the top. So if your Group 1 winner was born into Group 1 winner in 2022, will be down the bottom. Group 1 winner in 2024 will be towards the top. So it's just a matter of going to Croix Du Nord, where we were greeted with this image here. And then it was just a matter, there's our line, you see, Naburna, Chorus Beauty, Windmill Girl. There is our line with Croix Du Nord on it in 2022. But how do we extrapolate that into a historical context, really? You know, if we look at the line there on the historic site, 20C, there's our little selection there. Look, Naburna, Chorus Beauty, Windmill Girl. Blakeney obviously wasn't born this century, you see. Blakeney, not saying he's missing how good this horse is, but I don't think his picture gives the entire truth. Blakeney as well. You need a mixture of all of them. Blakeney, 1966, you see. And then Derry Lass, Good Lass, Alderney, Morstan. And then it stops. You know, there is no Clay Bodden, Wood Rising Cross. You know, that hadn't happened before. That's the lady who does the historical site, sadly passed away. So what we've tried to do, we can build it. We can build it, you see, through this horse here, Nighttime. Nighttime is actually on both images. A mare foaled in 2003, sired by Galileo out of a dam called Calmshinorn. I've probably butchered that Gaelic name. I'm not too strong on the old Gaelic pronunciation. It's probably the one I struggled the most with. It's the Irish cricket team. They won't pick any Gaelic players. You know, that's how I learned to do all the Sri Lankans and all the others that play cricket. Nighttime, foaled in 2003. And again with the footballers. There are no Gaelic named footballers either in Ireland. So again, with the Brazilians, the South Americans, the Argentinians, learned to pronounce them through football. But there's no way able to learn how to pronounce. I wonder who the last Gaelic man was to play football for Ireland, because I can't remember. Padraig Harrington, the golfer. You know, he's about the only one who uses Irish names really. Nighttime, a mare born in 2003, sired by Galileo, as I said, won 2 of her 5 starts, earning of 160,639 euros. You'll see there that Nighttime actually won the 2006 Irish 1,000 guineas. So we have got a horse on both images. We've got Nighttime on the historic site. There she is, and we've got Nighttime on the Shigeru Hotta's image, the hot pedigree image. So now we know roughly where we are. You see, we're quite a way away from Naburna. So the way I've done this really is we've got three branches that Dr. Hotter seems to be focusing on. We've got the Drury Nell line. We've got the Naburna line, which is Croix Du Nord himself. We've got and nothing else, the line we're on. The other ones we're going to take a look at are the Nellia line. I'm going to show you them horses as well. And the Liberty line. One thing interesting about the Liberty line in 1941 is there seems to be no record of it on here. It's just skipped it. You know, Nellia is there. Datura is there. But there doesn't seem anything. Liberty in 1941 just doesn't seem to be there. So we can take a look at the ones really on the Nighttime section, which is up here. Where does Nighttime fit in to Croix Du Nord, you're all asking? Well, that's a good question. I'm not entirely sure myself at this stage. 6th, 7th, 8th dam is Springwell. Fancy Free is the 9th dam of Nighttime. Windmill Girl is the 5th dam of Croix Du Nord. 6th, 7th dam Naburna. 7th dam Naburna is obviously the 6th or the 7th dam of Nighttime. No, she wasn't. Okay. So we're struggling. We've got to go even further back than Naburna. Let's try Springswell and Springtime. That's what we're looking for, to get them both in both horses. Springtime. Okay. So we've got the 8th dam. The 8th dam of Croix Du Nord is also the 8th dam of Gaillath, of Nighttime, sorry. So they're not entirely, they're not as close as I would like. You know, this is the best we can do to get this horse, Croix Du Nord, to the modern day. You know, unless people are relying on this horse being the second incarnation of Blakeney and Morstan and winning derbies, horses from the 60s and the 70s. If people want, these are very distant relatives, really. But I have to show you something, because the horse has been identified as a possible, But through the modern day, I would have been struggling really if it wasn't for hotpedigree.com. So we're going to go through these a bit quicker now that I know they're not as close as I would like. Nighttime is obviously the dam of Zukova. We remember that one, don't we? Zukova, a mare foaled in 2012. Sired by Fastnet Rock out of Nighttime. Zukova won 7 of her 13 starts. Never a bit hit and miss, not in the first 2 or 3 ever in her career. Win or bust type horse. Earning €223,135 and 253,160 American dollars. People see there that Zukova won the listed Oyster Stakes of 2015. She won the Group 3 Blue Wind Stakes of 2016, the Group 3 Kierturnen Stakes and the listed Alleged Stakes the same year. And at 5, she went to America to win her Group 1. She won the Man of War Stakes at Belmont. She was also 4th in the Group 1 Pretty Polly Stakes and winner of the listed Noblesse Stakes of 2017 Group 1 winner. So Zukova, we know a bit about. She bred a couple of average horses that won her group races. But to be honest, with how far away they are, I never really included them. And she's also of the dam of Gaiath, Nighttime. Gaiath foaled in 2015, sired by Dubawi out of a dam called Nighttime. So she sired, no she hasn't, Fastnet Rock was the other one, wasn't she? Gaiath by Galileo as sired, a Dubawi side winner there. Gaiath only out of the first 3 in one of his 13 starts. 9 wins, a second and 2 thirds for career earnings of £879,923. A horse foaled in 2015. So a Group 2, Group 3 winner of the Autumn Stakes of 2017 and the Prix Prince d'Orange. So is that a 2-year-old race? No. That's baffling. Why have they put that there? That should that stay? That's at 3. Yeah, it won the Autumn Stakes at 2, so it's telling me. At 3, it won the Prix de Prince d'Orange. At 4, the horse won the Group 2 Prix de Harcourt and the Group 1 Grosser Price von Baden and was 3rd in the Prix Gannet. But it was in lockdown time, really, 2020 COVID era. Gaiath was a COVID horse. That he was dominant, really, winning the Coronation Cup. He also won the Eclipse. He also won the Juddmonte International, and he won the Group 3 Dubai Millennium Stakes out in Dubai as well. The UAE, 2nd in the Irish Champion Stakes. 2020 Cartier Horse of the Year and Champion Older Horse. Shuttles to Dali, Australia, entered stud in 2021. I've actually got his stud line open, but he's so far away from the 8th dam of each that I'm not really sure if we can get much from it. Especially when the horse isn't really doing that well. 51 runners, 15 winners have won 18 races between them. No stakes winners and no graded winners at all in the first 2 crops of Gaiath at the moment. 101 fold in 2022 and 73 fold in 2022-23. There might be Australian horses then. You'll see there he's had 29 go round in Great Britain, and there's been nothing even looking like a stakes winner at all. Out of Gaiath. Another one on that line, it was a Falaraki. This horse must have sired somewhere. It's from the historical line. There's Falaraki, that Super Flower. Foaled in 1968 is a lot closer. Yeah, Super Flower is the dam of Falaraki. Super Flower might actually be in the pedigree of no, I'm wrong again, you see. These are tricky. These are springtime, 8th dam springtime of this horse is the 4th dam of Falaraki. Raced 5 out of 22 times in the first 3 in 11 of 22 starts. Earnings of $86,050. Falawaki, you'll see there, was a sprinter really. Won what is the Group 3 Norfolk Stakes. Then he's second in the Group 1 Santa Anita Handicap. Second in the Group 2 William Hill Sprint Championship. That's the race that's now held at Haydock. Group 3 Palace House Stakes. That's held its grade quite well, that race. And the Group 3 Caballero Handicap in America. And the horse was also third in the Group 3 Temple Stakes in England. It's a sire somewhere, though, I should imagine, despite it not saying here, or else it wouldn't be on that historical site. I think now Miss Pink is also on this section. Miss Pinky is a bit further up than the nighttime one. Miss Pinky was racing in Argentina, a mare foaled in 2007. Had 23 starts in the first three in 17 of 23 starts, winning 9 starts, earnings of $1,191,158 American dollars. The horse won one Argentinian Group 1 race in 2012, the GB Copa de Plata International, over 2,000 metres at San Isidro. The horse also won 2 Group 2 races, the Clásico Los Haras and the Clásico Pasaena, both at San Isidro as well. Although it was second in a race at Palermo, a Group 3 race, the Clásico Chile, and the Group 3 Clásico Apertura at Palermo as well. San Isidro main race there. She sadly died on the 9th of April 2019, age 12. That says in Spanish, I think. Delilah is another interesting one. Delilah, a mare foaled in 1994. Why is she on there? Delilah was a decent horse, foaled in 1994. Must be something on the historical line. Oh yeah, there she is there. Look, Delilah. Put her on here for some reason, so I opened her up. She was quite decent. A mare foaled in 1994. Raced in England, Ireland, Italy and the USA. Sired by Bluebird out of a dam called Courtisane. Springwell is the 5th dam of this horse. We're getting where we need to be now. Delilah raced 18 times in the first 3 in 15 of 18 starts, earning $268,005 American dollars. The horse won the Group 3 Princess Royal Stakes in England, the Group 3 Park Hill Stakes in England, and she won the Group 3 the Very One Handicap in England. Placed in a classic, she's placed in the Irish St Leger. At one time, old horses can run in the Irish St Leger, so it might not have been 1997 she was placed. And she was also placed in one Group 2 race in America, the Orchid Handicap. So she had a decent career, winning 3 Group 3s, 2 in England and 1 in America. We're on now to another different line. If people look at Shigeru Hotta's line, we're on the ones descending off Nelia, which on the classic line come from down here. We've got one on the historical site that we'll take a look at as well. So we've got a couple actually. Al Rifa, a horse going around this season. Al Rifa, born in the Colt Fold in 2020, sired by Wooden Bassett out of a dam called Love on My Mind. We're a long way back here. Springwell is the horse I think we're looking for. 9th, Springtime is the 9th dam, and Fancy Free is the 10th dam. We could be going even further back. We could be going all the way back to the 10th dam of the 9th dam, sorry. We are. The 9th dam, Springtime is the 8th dam, sorry, and Fancy Free, the 9th dam of Croix Du Nord. So out of a different sister, but still pretty much roughly in the same place, if that makes any sense, as the last lot. Al Rifa raced 10 times in the first 2 in 7 of his 10 starts. Earnings of €478,030, £161,250 and 10,000 American dollars. People see that Al Rifa, Group 1 winning 2-year-old and a Group 1 winning 4-year-old, won the National Stakes of 2022 in Ireland, and he also won the Group 1 Grosser Price von Berlin this season, the 134th running of the race in 2024. Second in 2 pattern races at 3, and he also was second in this year's Group 1 Eclipse and 4th in the Prix Gannet. So he did sort of come back to a Group 1 horse that he showed he was at 2 at 4. Horse trained by Joseph O'Brien. Lightning Pearl, a mare foaled in 2009 out of a dam called Gioconda, sired by Marju. We're at the same place again because Petoskey is the 5th dam. I think he was the 5th dam of Al Riffa as well. Yeah, there we are. 9th and the 10th dam again. Lightning Pearl won 3 of her 7 starts. In the first 3 in 5 of 7 starts. Earnings of £137,846. Lightning Pearl, sired by Marju, won the Cheveley Park Stakes, Group 1 winning 2-year-old in 2011. And she also won the Group 3 Round Tower Stakes at the Koa, was 3rd in the Group 2 Debutante Stakes at the Koa, exported to Japan in February 2016 again. She is somewhat of a black type producer, but nothing top class as of yet. No Group 1 winners anyway, or else they would be on Dr. Hotter's list here. But she's side some minor pattern race winners. Lightning Pearl, another one we can take a look at is Saturnu Crown, who was actually out of the same dam. Gioconda, horse foaled in 2012, sired by Marju again. So these are full brothers and sisters, Marju, and they're both out of Marju. There they are there, look. 2009 and 2012. Saturnu Crown was a decent enough horse, winning 7 of his 18 starts, and in the first 3 in 9 of his 18 starts. Earnings of 486,036,000 Japanese yen, 9,405,000 Hong Kong dollars, as well US dollars even, Hong Kong and US dollars. So this horse, no surprise where this one was racing. Saturnu Crown, Group 3 winning 2-year-old in 2014, winning the Tokyo Sports High Nisei Stakes at the same race. Finally, we might have some, finally we have some replication. This horse has actually won. Saturnu Crown actually won the race that Croix Du Nord won last year. The Tokyo Sports High Nisei Stakes at 3. The horse won, was 3rd in the Japanese Derby, Group 1, and a Group 2 winner in the Hochihai Yeiyu Show at Nakayama. At 4, the horse won the Group 1 Hong Kong Vase, there we go, and the Group 2 Kyoto Kinen. And at 5, the horse won another Group 1, the Takarazuka Kinen in Japan, and also won the Kyoto Kinen again, and was 2nd in the Group 1 Autumn Tenno Show Autumn at Tokyo as well. So yeah, Group 1 winner in Hong Kong and Japan, placed in the Japanese Derby, bred by Northern Racing, just like a Croix Du Nord. I'm sure there'll be somebody at the organisation that remembers both horses. We'll take a quick look at Saturnu Crown's stallion. Thinks I did go to the trouble of opening it and finding it. You'll see really that the horse has only sired 3 crops. They retired them to stud quite late in Japan. And the horse has sired 4 stakes winners and 1 graded winner up to this point. And all the horses that have gone round sired by Saturnu Crown, apart from 1, have gone round in Japan. The crop size is not really standing up. 126 in 2020, 90 in 2021, and we're now down to 65 in 2022, only winning 8 races in 2024. But you'll see there that it's at 3 that the Saturnu Crown horses have done the damage. What damage has been done? All the stakes winners and graded winners come in at the age of 3. And the best one is Tastiera, who is the champion 3-year-old colt in Japan in 2023. Winner of the Tokyo Yushin, the Japanese Derby winner, I think he was there then, that year. And he won the Nakayama Hochihai Yeiyu Show as well, the Deep Impact Kinen, Group 2. 2nd in the autumn as well. 2nd in the Kyoto Kikoku Show. So really he's bred 1 decent horse, because the others are listed quality at the moment. Hopefully others will come through at some point. There's another one you see on the modern day, on the classic sheet. This one was Southern Spring, mare foaled in 1993, sired by Southern Halo, out of a dam called Spring Light. You'll see there that Nelia is the 5th dam of this horse, so we might be heading a bit nearer this time. We are the 6th and the 7th dam of this horse. So this is arguably the most relevant one, even though it raced the least time ago. In my opinion, 7 starts, 5 victories, 1 second. You'll see there that the horse was going great guns. It was a Group 1 winner at 2 and 3. The Premier Carrier de las Estrellas Juvenile Fillies Group 1 race. Also won the Pala de Petrancos, that's some sort of a Group 3 class of Guinness. Also won the Premio GP Gran Premio Jorge de Atuca Group 1. And also won the Classico Carlos Casares Group 2. Second in the Saturnino J and Thue. Champion 3-year-old filly in Argentina in 1996. Mare of the Year also in Argentina in 1996. The last one we're going to take a look at, if we go back to the Croix Du Nord thing, is off the line that wasn't even on the classic list, the Liberty line, which brings us Peter's Moon. Oh no, we've got Classic Cliche before that. Classic Cliche, a horse foaled in 1992, sired by Sauce out of a dam called Pato. So you'll see there that Patagonia, Nelia again, the 5th dam. So we know by looking at the last one what the 6th and the 7th dams are. Classic Cliche. That's a good horse, wasn't he? In the first 3 in 13 of 15 starts, 7 wins and 5 seconds. Career earnings of $1,060,458 American dollars. Classic winner. Classic Cliche won the 1995 Group 1 St. Leger. He also won the Ascot Gold Cup as well, and also won the Group 2 Dante, the Group 2 Yorkshire Cup, and the Group 2 Prix Cagorle in France. Second in the King George, second in the Goodwood Cup, second in the Ascot Gold Cup, and then a couple of other races, the Masaka Stakes and the King Edward VII Stakes. Stood at Wood Farm Stud in Shropshire before moving to the Kilbarry Lodge in Ireland. Died in August 2016. His best flat racing performer was Macadamia, who won the Falmouth Stakes in 2023. And 2003, sorry. Looking at this, I think the Macadamia might have been the horse's only stakes winner on the flat. Because through this horse here, Dubarry Legend, that's where Blakeney was. Blakeney was always in this section here, on the third section. See, there's the first, second, third, fourth section. Blakeney was on there on every horse I looked at. That is why I couldn't really quite find how well he did. The Classic Cliche there, foaled 507 horses, 342 of them raced, 127 of them won, and the horse, according to that, sired only 1 stakes winner. His National Hunt stallion, really. A stallion of some good National Hunt horses, I'm sure. If we can open that Classic Cliche, we would find some decent National Hunt horses sired by him. But I must have to assume that Macadamia is that stakes winner that he's talking about there. Has to be. And then we are where I said I was, at Peter's Moon, a horse foaled in 2010, sired by Dylan Thomas out of a dam called Softly Tread, who was bred in 1998. I don't know where we are on this one. We could be anywhere, 6th, 7th, 8th dam is Fancy Free. There is no, that's where we're at now. Liberty has come in, and Fancy Free is the 8th dam. So she has come into the place of the other one I've forgotten the name of already. Springtime, that's right, up to Fancy Free there. The line goes straight down to Liberty. You'll see there that Peter's Moon raced 21 times in his career. In the first 3 in 17 of 21 starts. Earnings of £584,391 UK pounds at 3. The horse won 1 listed race, the Floodlit Stakes, at 4. The horse won the Group 2 race, the International Bosphorus Cup at Val Effendi in Turkey. Won a Group 3 at Glorious Goodwood, the Glorious Stakes, and the Cumberland Lodge Stakes, Group 3. Was getting placed in Group 2 races as well. Placed in 2 Group 2 races, the Jockey Club Stakes at Newmarket and the Hardwick at Royal Ascot. And at 5, the horse managed to gain that elusive Group 1 victory where the horse won the Coronation Cup of 2015. $52,000 yearling, entered stud at 2016 at Yorton Farm Stud in the UK. And the siren quite well. I've closed down the tab for some reason. Let me just pause the video and see if I can go and find it by the miracles of technology, shall we? Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Yeah, quickly, we can take a look at Peter's Moon at stud, sired, by, as we know, by Dylan Thomas. Stud record in the first 5 years, 186 foals, very small crops, 45, 51, 33, 34 and 23. They've started at 3, so this looks like a national hunt sire, all over. Peter's Moon, by the looks of things, they haven't even bothered looking at 2. All of them have won over 2 mile plus, which to me would indicate that Peter's Moon is a national hunt stallion, without any shadow of a doubt. 74 of them have gone round in Great Britain. Best progeny, according to these, Moonshine has won 4 races. 3rd in the Cheltenham Turners Open National Hunt Flat Race. Lunar Discovery has won 4 runs. Finishing 2nd in the Haydock Betfred Hat-Trick Heaven Mares Novice Hurdle. Quinnyland, 3rd in the Prix James Hennessy. I think that's a Grade 2 race in France for a 4-year-old chase. The Field-Flet Hurdle, the Pre-Robert Well Hurdle. So they are getting pattern race horses over hurdles, 4 of them at the moment. But this is a flat site area in pedigree, just lumps them all in over 2 miles. Unfortunately, that's up to them. They can do what they like with their own site, can't they? So that pretty much is about the last horse that we've got. Croix Du Nord, a tricky one to assess. Very tricky. Yeah, people need to go back a long way on the direct dam line to see the potential of this horse, or they need to be willing to open their minds enough to think that a horse that's the 8th dam of one horse and the 8th dam of another is still relevant on this line. Me, I would be more inclined to go through the ones underneath the 5th dam, the 2 classic winners, Blakeney and the other one. You know, if I was interested in this horse, but there is horses that are out there that are that are on within 10 dams, shall we just say, and we've taken a look at them, but there was hardly, and of course you've got the immediate clue with the dam being placed in 2 Oaks, whether this could be a classic horse. So you've got the dam placed in 2 Oaks, then you've got nothing for 60 years. Yeah, it is what it is sometimes. Horse breeding, you know. But this horse to me has got potential. It's just less obvious than a lot of the horses I've looked at in the 3 years I've done. No, 22, 23, 24 and 25. In the 4 years that I'll have done Classic Watch up to this date. This is one of the more exotic ones, it's fair to say. But when a horse comes out and is unbeaten in 3 starts and a Japanese 2-year-old and looks exceptional winning a Group 1, the horse has to be treated with the utmost of respect. And hopefully that is what this video is doing at this point. Right, before we take a look at the horse win 3 times, I'm going to close down a few tabs to save CPUs in the usual fashion. We're going to take a look at the horse win on debut first, the 5th race on June the 9th, 2004. JOA.jp is where people really find the Japanese horses. Then it just presents you with a calendar. Let's show you. Let's do some. I'll show you what, rather than explain. It's easy for people just to see it. I know that. I think everybody knows that really. So if I go to the tab in question, it just presents you with this. It can appear quite daunting. That's all it presents you with. It's just a matter of choosing. You need to know when your horse is raised. So go to the 5th of June, 9th of June. So you click on 2024 there. You click go. The 2024 fixtures would come up, and eventually you'd find your race. I don't really know how else to explain how it all works than that. Another thing the Japanese site does is it opens the races up in separate tabs. So I need to pause this video now, and actually we're going to try and do a live switch first time out, just to see how smooth I can do it. It's a test. It's not as easy. Sometimes I make it look easier than I do other times. So all we need to do is we need to open the tab now. The tab is open. We need to switch to that. Then we need to click that. And that wasn't too bad, was it really? in all fairness. Got there quite quick this time. So we can now take a look at the race won by Croix du Nord on debut.
収まって11頭です。スタートしました。ばらついた飛び出しになりました。好スタートを切ったのは6番クロアデュノールと8番のアルレッキーロですが、勢いがついて内から1番ライブワフィー、2番ブラックセイバー、またちょっと順番入れ替わりまして、外の2頭が飛ばします。8番のアルレッキーノ先頭に立ちました。1馬身半から2馬身ちょっと場内どよめいています。2番手インコース6番クロアデュノール、外の3番手20番プルクアが構えて、インコース1番ライブワフィー、2番ブラックセイバー前から5頭目、あとは5番のアクアジェット、外に9番ウィンスタンリー中段です。7番西野タンギー、4番シュガーハイと続いて3馬身後ろ11番ジャスパークロス、4馬身離れて3番大新レアレア最高峰です。3コーナーにかかります。前は8番のアルレッキーのリード1馬身ほど、2番手に6番クロアデュノールが続きました。3番手インコース1番ライブワフィー、外から10番のプルクワ、2番ブラックセイバー前から5頭目、安城を促しながらの追走です。外からは9番ウィンスタンリー、 1000m 通過タイム61秒2のペースで4コーナーへと向かっています。前は内8番のアルレッキーノ、外6番クロアデュノール、差がなくなってきました。3番手集団の中に2番ブラックセイバーが加わって、外からは10番プルクア、4コーナーから直線、やや内を開けて2頭が競っています。8番アルレッキーノ、6番クロアデュノール、2頭の追い比べの4馬身後ろ、1番ライブバフィー、2番ブラックセイバー、外から勢いついて9番のウィンスタンリー、3番手に上がった。最内に5番アクアジェット潜り込んでいく。前は2頭の追い比べがまだ続いている。6番クロアデュノールが8番アルレッキーノをねじ伏せた。首から体半分前に出て200を切る。2番手8番アルレッキーノ、その後ろは大きく空いて9番のウィンスタンリー、3番手内から5番のアクアジェット、差を詰めにかかる。先頭は6番クロアデュノール、デビュー勝ちのゴールイン。2着8番アルレッキーノ、3着9番ウィンスタンリー、6番のクロアデュノールがデビュー勝ち。
Good performance that was from Croix du Nord. Very impressive. A very impressive victory. Because mainly impressive because the horse actually raced a horse that I saw that was entered in a Group 1 race, Arlecchino. I think that's the one that's quite closely related to Museum Mile. There was two that were, I might be wrong, so I don't know, but yeah, Arlecchino I think definitely ran in one of the races. I need to pause it now anyway to get the next race up, which is the Group 2 race that won by Croix du Nord. So what I will do is off camera, I'll have a quick check and see if I'm right. And I think he might have beat a good horse on debut, is what I'm saying, in Arlecchino. I'll be back shortly. Hello everybody and welcome back. Yeah, I was right. Arlecchino and Museum Mile, two very closely related horses. They're both quite closely related to the Oaks winner of last year, Savinia, Oaks and Guineas winner, 1,000 Guineas winner last year, Savinia. The trouble with those two at the moment is I can't catch them. They've not won any. They've not won any pattern races since I found them. They need to win a pattern race, you know, because I never include horses that have been beaten last time out. So I hope we might see one, if not both of those, at some point if they can win. There's a long way to go yet. I wouldn't be ruling either of them out at this stage. Versailles High Futurity is the race in question. Museum Mile, I think, went off the favourite. But Arlecchino, quite closely related to that horse as well, ran in the race as well. So we're on to the second race now. Obviously, after Croix du Nord had won that, it was off on debut. It was off to the Group 2 race on November the 16th. The Tokyo Sports High Nisei Stakes. A race we're going to watch now. And basically, it's just a matter of me doing the magic again to change the source, the video source, and then we will be ready.
Osamatте 収まって東京スポーツ杯2歳ステークスゲートイン完了。スタートしました。ポンと7番レッドキングリー、好スタート好ダッシュ、一段です。差がなく4番クロアデュノール、 外は9番里のシャイニング。さあまず2コーナー緩やかに回ったところで9番里のシャイニングが一気に先頭に立っていきました。1馬身半2馬身向こう正面、7番レッドキングリー2番手につけました。その後ろ2馬身差4番クロワデュノール、内2番の GT マン、3番手2頭並んでいます。1馬身半差8番西のイストワール、そのうちから3番ファイアンクランツが並んでいきました。向こう正面中間3馬身がいて6番プレシャステイおしまいから3頭目1200を切りました。2馬身がいて5番デルアバーおしまいから2頭目、最高峰2馬身差1番西のタンギーという展開。9頭前から後ろまで10馬身ぐらいの隊列で3コーナー回って 1000m 切りました。9番里のシャイニングが行く展開、リードを1馬身半から2馬身、7番レッドキングリー2番手、その後1馬身外から4番クロワデュノール並んでいきました。3番手から今2番手 3,4 コーナー中間、そして後方から8番西のイストワールも動いていきました。これら馬群の後ろに3番のファイアンクランツ4コーナーに入って2番の GT マンが続いています。あとは外から6番のプレシャステイが進出。さあ第4コーナーカーブ直線コースに入ってきて一段になりました。一段になって9番里のシャイニングをかわして今度は外から4番クロワデュノールが先頭に変わった。400を切ってこの2頭の追い比べ、最内を狙って7番レッドキングリー今3番手から前2頭へとじわじわと接近する。あとは2馬身がいて外へと出した3番のファイアンクランツ、さあ200を切りました。4番クロワデュノールがわずかに先頭か、食いすがる9番里のシャイニング、内7番レッドキングリー、外から3番ファイアンクランツ、3番手争い4番クロワデュノールゴールイン、2着9番里のシャイニング、3着争いが7番レッドキングリーと外3番ファイアンクランツ。
I mean, watching that race back, there's a case there for saying that a lot of them have ran well, isn't there? Yeah, especially the first 5 maybe have all ran well there. That looks a very good race for the grade, it's fair to say. Good performance there by Croix Du Nord to take out the Group 2 Tokyo Sports High Nisei Stakes. And one more quick pause needed, and then we will be on the final race, the Group 1 Hopeful Stakes, on the 28th of December at Nakayama. Hello everybody, and welcome back. Yeah, we've seen the first 2 wins, the debut win and the Group 2 win. Croix Du Nord ended his season on December the 28th, 2024 with a trip to Group 1 company. The first time he'd raced outside of the Tokyo track. He is now racing at Nakayama, up a furlong to 1 mile, 2 furlongs to contest the Hopeful Stakes. This I think was a very interesting race. It's fair to say, and I thought this was a very impressive performance.
The Hopeful Stakes of 2024, they're ready, loaded, set, racing. Squeezed out Delavar out the back door with Rave de l'Opera. Early speed from Jun Asahi sort of going forward. Up there nice and handy early is Juta, but lobbing in behind him is Pico Chun Black. And Jun Asahi sort of is the one that wants the front end, and going forward is Jet Magnum. Wider out Pico Chun Black, and out there as well moving up is Juta. Then comes Croix Du Nord and got to squeeze their Magic Sands. Piercing through now is Cloudy Eye. Back to the inside Giovanni with Shannon Macbeth. Then alongside them is Arstein. We thought we'd be a little bit closer. Then Rave de l'Opera well back in the run with Yamanin Bouclier. Amakihi is well back at midfield and wide. Then comes Realise Aurum, followed by Masquerade Ball, who's got to the fence beautifully. Then a gap back to Delavar. On Delavar's outside, moving far forward, Realise Aurum. And at the tail of the field is the rank outsider, the sprinter, in Arian Smile. So it's Jun Asahi Sora leads them up from Jet Magnum. Pico Chun Black runs third. The run of the race on the inside, Shannon Macbeth. One trapped out a little wide going forward. There is Magic Sands. They go out of my view momentarily. Taking off from the back is Faust Razen. Faust Razen going around the field quickly, but tuck out wide and goes up and joins alongside Jundasahi Sora. Running third is Jet Magnum. Now getting closer is Croix Du Nord. Runs into fourth position and seems to be travelling quite well. On the inside is Shonan Macbeth. Pico Chan Black is under pressure. Starting to pick up is Juta. Then to the inside, Giovanni with Cloudy Eye. Well back in the run, Magic Sands. Masquerade Balls asked for the question, as is Arstein. Wellbet, Yamini Bouclier and Makihi can't go on at the moment. They swing for home and Faust Razen. Here comes the favourite, Croix Du Nord. Croix Du Nord is looming down at the 200 metre mark and starting to run on is Giovanni out of the ground. It's Croix Du Nord, Giovanni, and getting out late on the outside is Juta. It's Croix Du Nord. The odds-on pop gets up and wins. Giovanni second. Running in for third was Faust Razen. Then came the 16 in Juta.
Again, a very impressive performance there, I feel, by Croix Du Nord. Arguably the most impressive of the three. It could be said, couldn't it? Because that to me looked very impressive. The way he just swept past them and he ate them for dinner, really, didn't he? In the final furlong and a half. I mean, is this horse a classic horse? You see there, if people look at Net Khyber, they're already saying Croix Du Nord to bypass trials and head straight to the Guineas, so Group 1 Satsuki Show. So maybe this horse already is classic bound as a Group 1 winner over 1 mile 2 furlongs. The opportunities, the options for this horse really are endless. Could he be a Derby and a Guineas horse? What I was hoping from Justin Milano. I identified Justin Milano after the horse won the Guineas, hoping he would win the Derby, but he didn't. He got beat by something else that the name totally escapes me now. Oh, yeah, Dan on Desile. But Croix Du Nord, he seems to be this year's leading contender on form. The pedigree of the horse doesn't seem too bad if people go back far enough. Obviously, I would, if people only need to look at some of my other Japanese horses, I think I've made more compelling cases, pedigree-wise, than a Croix Du Nord, but obviously they're going to have to race each other. I'm on about horses like Lila Emblem, is what I'm thinking of, and Croix Du Nord. I'm already looking forward to that race, if that happens at some point. But for now, I think I can afford to leave this video here. Thank you very much to everybody who has learned plenty. If they've sat through the entire 1 hour and 2 minutes of this video, you've learned how a lot of my machinations, how they work, how I compare the modern day dam lines to the historic dam lines I use. A fountain of knowledge, really, this video, one of the most important that I've done, because there's not many that I share how I work in them. But this one does seem to have had a bit more of that than some of the others. So what I will do at the end of the video is I'll leave a copy of everybody who has watched this video and has chosen not to subscribe to the channel so far. I will give you all an opportunity to subscribe to the channel, and I will also leave a copy of the Classic Watch 25 playlist, so everybody can see all of the Classic Watch 25 horses as I get to them, and then as they are done, and then obviously as they are entered in Classics and confirmed in Classics, they will make their way over to Classic Watch 25.great/site.net. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Take care. Have a fantastic week. Look after yourselves and your loved ones. And goodbye.